Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We have 3 designs today. They're all exactly the same. There are 3 different video sets for this particular pattern, but it is all the same pattern. So no matter which one you clicked, it will still take you to this video. So what we have today is that there's 3 different designs. I'm going to tell you a little bit why there's 3, and we're going to go from there first. So this design has actually been around for a long time, and it originally came out in this coloration, so you can see that it was like the burgundies and etc. But those colors actually got discontinued in time, so therefore this pattern pretty much has been obsoleted. So it shows this example here, but there is actually no color breakdown for you to be able to follow. So because the colors got discontinued. So you can look at that photo and determine the close colors that you have access to. It was then modernized to this blue here, where it was using the really beautiful Caron Simply Soft colors. They were both Simply Soft, but it's been modernized and it's using some heather yarns and etc. in order to have that really nice modern touch. It was then continued into this pattern here, which was Caron Kindness yarn, which was that charity based yarn itself, and therefore using the colors within there. So you see that these two here look very similar in the way that they worked up, but they're actually using 2 different brands. So either one you go, it's still pretty awesome. So there is a crochet diagram, so the written instructions for both of these patterns are exactly the same information, and the pattern diagram is also the same. So let's take a look at that next. As we start to look at this diagram, don't forget the stitch keys down here, and everything in this pattern has been indicated here with what to do. So let's zoom into this. To do this pattern, it's in multiples of 32 plus 2. So you will crochet in a chain of 32, 32, 32, 32, and when you're satisfied with the width of it, you just add 2 chains at the end to have the balance. You will take a note, because this is a chevron and you see that it is going up and down in a pretty significant way. The chain is actually much longer than you would expect it to be. Because it goes up and down, it actually will compress the long chain and make it go up and down, so therefore it'll pull it in. So you'll see that it's chaining of 258, which takes into account the multiples plus that 2, and but if you would like to customize it maybe for a baby blanket and etc., just crochet multiples of 32 and then make sure you add 2 to the chain. So just be conscientious of that, so that you can understand on how things are going to go together. There's also a repeat pattern in this. Let's talk about that too. So you'll notice that the colors are really kind of interesting. They're not actually the standard kind of like, you know, ABC, ABC, and they're also different widths of there. So the instructions actually will give you that information on how many the striping rows. So you will see that right here. The striping pattern, 4 rows of A, 4 rows of B, 6 rows of C, and etc. And these are the 30 rows that make the stripe repeat. So once you get those 30 rows done, then you continue again. So that's how you're gonna work that out. So I'm gonna leave that for you to be able to follow on the diagram, and when you look at other photos you can kind of clearly see that also too. And that's what really kind of makes it really nice and fun, is that it's not so like ABC, ABC. It's really kind of fun. So we're going to be doing a repeat pattern itself, and the repeat pattern is the stitch work, and the stitch work is going to start on row number 1. So there's a foundation row to begin, a setup row they call it, and then rows number 1 through 5 is the repeat pattern to do this over and over and over again. So what I'm going to do today is, and I'm gonna get yourself started, and I'm gonna show you rows number 1 through 5, and you can reverse the video back in order to do it, the colors that you can get from the instructions itself, and it's actually pretty cool, and it's actually not that hard. So it's recommending a 5mm size H crochet hook, and I want to verify that is the truth for both of them, and it is. So that will work out, and I'm gonna grab some Simply Soft yarn. I will also show you how to change a color at some point in this tutorial as well, just to make sure you have it. Just keep a note that there is no border, so once you get this done, you're done. So there's no side border or top or bottom border as well. So let's continue now, and let's begin the setup row, which is gonna get yourself started today. So let's begin. We're gonna create a slip knot, and we're going to either chain 258 like it states, or you can do the multiples and changing the size. So for myself, I'm not gonna do the whole blanket here on camera. I'm just gonna do a small swatch. So I'm going to do the multiples of 32. So let's just chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So either do 258 or do multiples of 32 plus 2. I will see you at the end of the last multiple. So I've done 2 sets here of 32 and I just have to make sure that I do the extra 2 chains at the end to have the balance. So you'll see how long it is now, but once we start going up and down you're going to notice that it's going to significantly reduce this if you look at it from a perspective like this. Okay, so you can see that it just automatically just goes on in. So let's start the setup row, and we're now going to start with our double crochets, and let's begin to do that next. As we begin to do the setup row we're gonna go 4th chain from the hook. So let's do that. So you're going to just see the 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I would turn it around and get the back hump of that, or the back bar of that chain, and you want to double crochet in that one. So you essentially just created 2 stitches. So there's 1 and then 2. So when you're going down in this one you need a total of 14. So if this is 1 and 2 you're immediately gonna go to the next one. So let's just count to the number 14. So the next one would be 3. Staying on the back hump of the chain. This is 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. This is 10. 11. 12. 13 and 14. So verify that you have 14 going down, so that includes that beginning one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So now we're going to skip the next 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and go to the 5th and double crochet. So we're now at the bottom of the valley. Okay, so that one plus 13 more, so 14 altogether, is gonna make up the next set going up. So let's start counting those. So we have 2 so far. You can see 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So we just now made our way to the peak. I would probably count that just to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Once you have your confirmed 14, I want you to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 and starting in the very next chain I need you to go down for another 14. So I'll stick with you on that one. So you're just gonna go down 14 and then you're going to skip the next 4 chains and then go up for the next 14. So when you're gonna continue across you're just gonna keep going up and down until you get to the very end of your chain. So the very end there will be 14 going up and then you're finally finished. So at this point you got 1 done, so you're gonna do the other 13, so it gives you 14. You're gonna skip over the 4 and go up 14 and then do exactly what you just did here and then go down and up and down and up, and then eventually you'll end up in the up motion at the end of the chain, and that's where I will meet you in just a moment. So eventually you'll come to the very end. You're in the up motion, so when you just kind of work it all out you're gonna see it's gonna go up and down. So let's just back you out a little bit just to see this magic happen, and you're gonna do that, and so it'll obviously be a lot wider for you. So we're gonna turn and work and begin row number 1, which will be the start of the repeat, and so when you need to start the repeat this is where you'll end up coming back to if you need the video to continue on. So we're now going to begin row number 1 and we're over here, and so we're gonna chain up 3 which will count as a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet in the same one, so you have 2 double crochets coming out of the same one. The next one the double crochet will have 2 double crochets as well, and then you're gonna start skipping over stitches. So you're gonna chain 1, skipping over 1, and you'll do that all the way down. Like before, how you skip 4 chains, you are going to skip the middle 4 double crochets. When you do the double crochet here, you're going to skip the 4 and double crochet and create your spaces. So what I would think about doing if I were you and it was your printout, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there's 5 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll help you keep count as you're going across so that you can physically see it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just something I would do for myself because I just did it, and that's something that I think you should do too. So let's begin row number 1. So let's begin row number 1, and we're going to just chain up 3, which will count as a double crochet, and you're gonna double crochet in the exact same stitch so that you have 2 coming out of that first one. The next stitch, if you recall, has 2 double crochets too. So you need that growth to happen properly on the peaks like this so that you can keep it in balance on like a flat edge. So now you're gonna chain up 1 and skip 1 and double crochet in the next. How many spaces did we count? We counted 5, so there's 1 space. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. So that's 2 spaces. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. So you want a total of 5 of those spaces to make it easier for you to remember. So now let's look at the space. So we see 1 space, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you look at it here, you're at the base, so you can see the next 4 are part of the base. So 2 here, the space, and 2 here. So those are the 4 that you're gonna skip. So you're immediately gonna come to the next one after the 4 and double crochet and start skipping to going up. So see, it pulls it together. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1. So keep an eye on those spaces. So we have 2 spaces so far. Don't include that center one. So you have 2. This is 3, 4, and 5. So you have your 5 spaces. So after the 5th one, this one here has to have 2 in there. So that this one here has an extra double crochet in it. So you see that there's 5 spaces. So then the one after it has 2 into this one, and then 2 into the one just before that space. So you have 2 into this one. You're gonna skip this last stitch, which is the peak, and then you're gonna go right into this chain 3. So don't put anything in this stitch right here. So in the peak, what you're going to do is put 2 double crochet and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more double crochet in there. So it's like turning a corner of a motif, really, of a granny square. So going down the other side, you're going to skip the first one out. So don't put anything into this one, and put 2 double crochets into the next one after that. And then you're going to start your spacing from this point. So then chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. Okay, chain 1, skip 1, and how many spaces are we looking for? If you said 5, that's the right answer. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 1 more to do, but I'm also looking towards the bottom to also help me. So there's the bottom. So that's the last one going in, and the next 4 are part of the base. So I'm gonna skip those and double crochet into the 5th one away and start going up. So then I'm gonna create the space, chain 1, skip 1, and you're gonna do your 5 spaces going up. So you're just gonna go up and down all the way across, and then eventually you're gonna be like me and you're gonna hit the end of the line. So how many spaces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So chain up 1, skip 1. So the very final one here has 2 double crochets in it after the space, and then the turning chain has 2 double crochet in it as well. So go right into a turning chain, don't go into a space, and that will conclude off row number 1. So when we back you out, this is what we see. So we're going up and down just like this, and this will complete off row number 1, and it looks pretty awesome. So let's move on to row number 2 next. Let's start row number 2, turn your work. Okay, so let's begin, and we're gonna work with single crochet this time. So we're gonna just chain up 1, and in the very first one you're gonna put 2 single crochets in it. So 1 and 2, and then the very next one after that is 2 single crochet, and then now we're gonna start working our way down. So when we go down, we're just going to fill in each one of the spaces or the single crochet with the single crochet, but what we need to ignore is the first space, or sorry, it's the last space here before the edge. We're going to ignore these 2 double crochets, and we're gonna ignore this chain 1 space 2. So look at it from this perspective. Okay, so space, double crochet, space, those are the 4 you ignore. So let's just single crochet starting in the very first stitch that's available to you, and if it's a single crochet if it's a double crochet, fill that in. If it's a chain 1 space, fill that in as well. So just go right into the space itself. So I'm looking to the 4 that are at the base of the valley as the ones to skip over when I get there. Okay, so there's the last double crochet in there. So now we see a chain 1 space, double crochet, we can see it's the point, a double crochet and a chain 1 space. So this double crochet is where I want to finish, and then I'm gonna jump to the other double crochet that's over here, and then I'm gonna just single crochet and then go up. So I'm gonna fill in this double crochets and the chain 1 spaces, but what I need to watch for now, because it's the middle of the Afghan, so it's not an edge, is that the very last double crochet that goes up I have to skip like we kinda did before. And I'm not sure why I said the word kind of, but we did. So we did. So I'm looking towards doing this. So what we have here is that we have to have 2 sets of of 2 single crochets. So what I want to do in the next one, so it's the one just before the end, okay, so it's there. There's gonna be 2 single crochets in that one, so 1 and 2, and then in the chain 2 space there's gonna be 2 single crochets, so 1 and 2, and I'm still gonna chain 3 like I did before, so 1, 2, 3, and then 2 single crochets again in that space, and 2 single crochets again. So like before, we're gonna skip the first double crochet out and just come immediately to the second one and put 2 single crochets in that one, and then work your way down again. So then just each double crochet going down, and chain 1 spaces are gonna get filled in. So you're looking for the 4 stitches at the base that you're going to skip over. Noticing that I'm not really counting, I'm just doing it visually. So here's the base. So that's the last chain 1 space before the point. So I want to skip this one. So I'm in the double crochet right before that, and I want to skip this space, these 2 double crochets in this space, and immediately just come to this double crochet here and work your way up. So because it's an edge, you're just gonna continue to go single crochet up, and the very final 2 stitches, which will be a double crochet and the turning chain, will each have 2 single crochets in it. I feel like I'm mansplaining in this whole thing a lot, so I apologize if I'm too talkative. So the last 2, the double crochet has 2 single crochets, and then the turning chain has 2 single crochets too. So I'm gonna change color just for the kicks of it. So let's determine it when we're gonna change color, and I'm gonna show you how to do that next. So this blanket relies on you changing colors. Of course you can use self-striping yarns, but I think forcing the color change is better. So what I want you to do, the last one that we just did, the last single crochet, I want you to pull out, and I want you to redo that one. Okay, so there's still gonna be 2 single crochets in the last one, but what we need to do is finish it differently. So we're just gonna single crochet, but before we pull through yarn over and pull through the final 2, you're gonna put the new color on. So I just use a slip knot and I'm gonna pull that color through, and so that'll finish it. So what I want to do is get rid of this other color here, and I cut it long enough so that I can throw it through a tapestry needle, because it's the best way to do it. And I kinda just leave it suspended there at this time, and I will deal with that later. So I'm going to turn my work, and then we're going to begin then row number 3. So back to the diagram we go. We're going on row number 3. So the first 2 have 2 double crochets, so the chain 3 is 1, and then the double crochet into the same. So you got 2 and 2, and then you're just gonna double crochet yourself all the way down. You're skipping the 4 in the center again. Do you see the commonality there? Every time you're skipping is 4. So then you're gonna work your way up. So the second last one here is gonna have 2 double crochets. You're going to skip over the last one here and then just do your corner point. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, and when you start in the down motion again, you're gonna skip over the first one and put 2 into the next, and then just go down. So let's just count how many that there's down. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So I kinda knew that it was 14, because I assumed that it was because this was 14 as we did it. So it kinda keeps that balance, just to know that for sure. So let's do row number 3. So I'm gonna keep the blue color here, this one, as just onto the side, and I'll deal with that later. But what I want to do, this straggler here, which is the loose end of this color, is that I do want to bury it as I'm going in this one. But you can also do a tapestry needle if you wish. So you can review how to do that. So let's just chain up 3. So 1 2 3, and if you want to hide it like I'm going to, you got to make sure that it stays on the line. So when you double crochet into the exact same stitch to ensure that you have 2 in the first, you make sure that straggler is just lying on top so that it gets stuck up underneath the stitch. So because this is the starting row, or the starting edge, the next one also will have 2 double crochet in it. So that's 4 out of 14 stitches. So you can count if you want to, or you can look for the 4 that are in the center and know to skip those. Okay, so 1 2 3 and 4. Just for tutorial's sake, I will count. So let's just say there's 4 done now. So you will just continue and say there's 5 and 6 and 7 8. I'm gonna let the straggler fall out. 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. So there technically should be 4 stitches in the center. So 1 2 is the one half of the side, and 3 4 is the other half. So you're immediately going to go to the 5th stitch away and double crochet going in the up motion. So as I showed you before, the stitch just before the end in the point is going to be skipped. So starting in this one, you can say that there's 1, and then you can do the next one. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So looking at the stitch, I'm gonna go to the next one, which is 11. And so you have the stitch just before the point, you're gonna skip that one. So if this is the one just before the skip, there's gotta be an extra one in there, so make sure that there's 2 into that one, skip that one, and then go into the very corner. So there will be 2 double crochet in there. I'm just gonna verify I have 14. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So you're at the peak, so chain 3 and then 2 double crochet in, and then going down we're gonna skip the first single crochet out So skip this one and go to the second, put 2 double crochet in there. So you technically have 4 already going down, so you can just start and say 5 and etc. But what I would do, get comfortable looking at the pattern itself and just know to skip those middle stitches so that you don't have to sit here and count. You can just trust in yourself, but if something is looking off, just know that there's 14 double crochets going up and down. Okay, so I'm looking, so there's 2, so I can got 1 more to do. Okay, so there's the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm just gonna jump over. See that? And then you're just gonna go up. So because you're just gonna go up and down in the same motion, just make sure that you do skip over that extra stitch that is in the peaks when you did it before. But on the very final edge, which I'm heading to, the final 2 stitches are 2 double crochet. So the very last double crochet of this and the turning chain is going to each have 2. And I want to apologize, it's actually the last, there is no turning chain because it is I was thinking it was double crochet below, but it's not, a single crochet. So that's that one there. So that's the second last one, and then the final single crochet is gonna have 2 double crochets in there. Sorry about that. So we just want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So then that will conclude off row number 3. We have 2 more rows in the repeat, and let's turn our work and begin. And we're gonna be starting to do our front stuff of the puff stitch. So as we begin row number 4, we're gonna chain up 3 and double crochet into the same one. So you have your 2, and you see this is a commonality for these double crochet rows. So then the next one will have 2 double crochets, and last time we were doing this, we were doing these double crochets by themselves. This time it's gonna be a puff stitch. So you're gonna chain 1, skip 1, puff into the next, chain 1, skip 1. So if you really want to look at it from this perspective, you can see there's 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, and 5. And maybe I should do that on camera, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you can see those spaces, it actually is a lot easier to be able to do. And then we're gonna go up and down. We're also gonna skip that first one, last one coming out. When you come up, do you see that we're skipping it? You'll do the corners. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2, and then you'll skip the first one out, double crochet twice in the next, and then begin to do your puffs going up and down. Let's do the puff stitch section next. This is row number 4. Let's begin row number 4. You're gonna chain up 3, counts as the first double, and then double crochet in the same one. And in the very next stitch, because it's an edge, it's gonna be 2 double crochet. And now we're gonna begin the fun stuff, the puff stitch stuff next. So to begin, before we do that, we're gonna chain 1 to create a space, skip the next one out, and puff. So you're gonna wrap the hook and going into the second one over, and you're gonna go in and yarn over, pull through, and you're gonna do that 3 times. You wanna be a little bit looser with this kind of idea. So yarn over into the same hook stitch, pull through, and then finally one more time yarn over the same one. So you do this total of 3 times, and you end up with all this fabulousness on the hook. So yarning over, pulling it through everything, and to seal this shut you have to chain 1. That chain 1 that I just did is not the chain 1 that creates the space, so you have to chain 1 right after it. So if it was me and I was sitting here by myself, I'm going to skip the next one and watch what I do. So I'm gonna yarn over, go to the second one and pull through, and do that 3 times. And I'm gonna give you a different cue verbally to say to yourself. So now that I did that, I wanna pull through, so I'm gonna pull through everything. And we know that I have to chain 1 to lock it. So what at this moment I would say I have to chain 2. So I go 1 is to lock, 2 is the space. Hopefully that makes sense. So skip the next one and let's puff into the next one after that. So it's 3 times. So you're gonna yarn over, pull through everything. Just take your time. And then 1 is to lock, 2 is the space. That's how I would say it to myself. And I'm gonna continue to do that then all the way in the down motion. One to lock, 2 is the space. So you're gonna see a total of 5 puff stitches. So I see only 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this will be the last puff before I start having to negotiate going up the hill on the other side. So 1 is to lock, and then so after that, so 1 is to lock, you're not gonna create, you're at the base, so you're not gonna create that extra chain. So only at the last one, just 1 is to lock, and then that's it. So you're gonna skip over the 4 that are in the base and immediately puff stitch into the 5th one away. And we do want to create the spaces right after them. So 1 is to lock, 2 is the space, and then skipping the next one and do the next puff. One is to lock, 2 is the space. I find puff stitching is a little bit difficult at times. So if you're struggling with it, you're not alone with that. So I see 5 puffs going up. So I did 1 to lock, 2 is the space. So I'm just skipping the next space here, and I'm gonna put 2 double crochets into the next one, which was the second last one before the peak, which is where I should be. And then your peak here is going to be 2 double crochet and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then going down. So we're gonna put 2 into the first one, sorry, 2 into the space. You're gonna skip the first one and 2 double crochet in the next, and then chain 1, and then you're gonna puff going down like you had been before. Okay, so you're just gonna create your puffs. Hopefully you can see those. So you're gonna create your puffs, and you'll have 5 going down, and then you'll skip the 4 in the base here, and then you'll have 5 going up, and I will see you close to the end of this row. So just do this up and down, and I'll see you close to the end. So I'm coming up close to the end, so I have my 5 going up on the outside. So then I'm skipping the next one. I've already done my chain 1 to lock, and then 2 is the space. So I'm skipping 1 and I'm putting 2 double crochets into the next one, and then the very last turning chain then has 2 double crochets in it too. So we have one more row to do as part of the repeat. So let's turn our work, and we're gonna begin the 5th row, and you can see how things are kind of materializing. I am going to change the yarn. I showed you how to do that already. So but what I will do right now is I'll show you how to fasten off this yarn, in case you would like to know how to do that. So let's do that next. To fasten off this yarn, so I have my tail from before. So all I'm just going to do is that I'm just gonna drag it through the same coloring. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag it over once, and when I pull it, I don't want to change the shape of the edge. So I'm gonna pull through once and then go back in the other direction. It's a slightly different path, so it gets locked in. So 2, and then finally a 3rd time. It just takes a few seconds when you go to do this. If you're confident about yarn tails that you crocheted over, then you can just safely cut it here with this one we crocheted right over. But if you would like to have that extra security, especially if you're giving this away as a gift, just take that tail that you had left over and just put it in a slightly different path, again through that same color only. So once and twice and then 3 times. And you can do that. So I'm gonna change to get ready for the 5th row just for the kicks of it, and I'll be right back in just a moment. To do the final and 5th on this one here, we're just going to start here. So we're gonna chain up 3. There will be 2 double crochets in each of the first 2, so the chain 3 and that 1 is included as the 2. You're gonna come down, so you wanna skip over the 4 middle, so it'll be a chain 1 space, a puff, and a chain 1 space. So you're just gonna go down and then up. So you want a total of 14 like you had been before. Keep an eye that when you're in the peaks like this, you have to skip over that first one right here, and then you're gonna come over top and you're gonna skip over this one to keep the balance. And again, you're skipping over the 4 at the base, and then eventually you'll come to the other side, and the final 2 will have 2 double crochet in it. So it's kind of what we already know from before when we did this in row number 3. The difference is that we're gonna be working with the puff stitch, but also with the chain 1 spaces in between. So let's begin row number 5, the final, the repeat. So you're gonna chain up 3, and then it'll be 2, another double crochet in the same one. So that gives you 2 on the edge, and I'll deal with this loose and our loose tail later like I did before. The very next one, and you're noticing that I'm crocheting right up over top of the straggler, is gonna have 2 double crochets in it. So those are the 2 of 4, but what I want to look for is just look for the 2 puffs that are at the base and the chain 1 spaces that are right beside it. Those are the 4 that you want to skip. So you can either keep count or just trust in yourself, but you can just go down and just check and see if that's gonna work for you, and then just watch it. So each one of the puff stitches or the double crochet or the chain 1 space is going to get a double crochet. So if it's a chain 1 space, just go right into the space itself, and if it's a puff, just go at the top of the puff. Okay, the next one is a space, and then a puff, a space. So if you're not sure where to go in the puff, just be consistent where you stick your hook. So if it's wrong, if you're always doing it the same way, then it's never wrong, because it'll all look the same. So here's the last puff before you can get to the bottom. So the next chain 1 space is the base, the puff is the second one, the puff is the third, the chain 1 space is the 4th. So what I want to do is aim for the double crochet for the 5th one away, which is the top of the next puff. So you skip, essentially, if you're visually thinking about it, just skip over to the 3rd puff and it will be easier. Let's verify we did only have 14 going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So I'm just gonna continue to double crochet either in the space or puff, and I want to be conscious of those 2 sets of double crochets that are at the top. Okay, I'm just double crocheting in the double crochet. You see we have 2 double crochets before the point, so the next one has to be a double crochet, and that one has to have 2 in there, and then you're skipping the next one and then starting at a point. So it'll be 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. And if you want to verify that your counts are right, you can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 to the point. So then going down, you're gonna skip the first one out, go to the second, put 2 double crochet in there to keep the balance, and then you're double crocheting in either a double crochet, a chain 1 space, or a puff, and you're gonna skip over the 4 in the middle at the valley. So what I want you to do is that I want you to do that, and I will see you at the end of this row, and this will conclude off the repeat for this particular blanket, which you can just reverse the video back, and we will see you in just a second or so. So it's in coming up all the way, I'm just going in the chain 1 spaces or puff, and then eventually you'll hit these double crochets right at the end. So because it is a edge, the very second last one, which be a double crochet, will have 2, and then the turning chain will also have 2 double crochet. So the story then continues back to row number 1, and you can see how things are working out. So you should have a relatively flat edge. So when it's laying like this, you should see it, and you will see it on both sides as well. Okay, and things do work out. So don't panic at all. Once things start draping, they look actually really quite amazing. So you can go back to row number 1 to begin. Again, you can get your colors from the pattern itself if you'd like to do that, or if you'd like to experiment on your own and have some fun with this particular concept. So until next time, have a good one, and we hope to see you again real soon right here on Yarnspirations or thecrochetcrowd.com. Bye bye.